Welcome to CTV Field Sports. My name is Dale Schwetz with Jan Eric Frank, and we're live at the Grand Champions Polo Club. The Absent Field here for the top pony 8 goals. So we had 6 goals this morning. We have 8 goal going on right now. And remember, join us at 4 p.m. as we will have our semifinal in the World Polo League 26 goals. Looks like we have our 2 mount officials on the field. So let's go to our player introductions. And Jan Eric Frank.
Thank you very much. And also for me, once again, a warm welcome and a good afternoon. We are still at the lovely Santa Rita Polo Farm, just up the road from where Dale was saying. We hope that you'll join us either on CTV Sports or, if you can, make your way down to Grand Champions Polo Club. The top pony 8 goal first game here in the green shirts. We have Round Hill Polo team with John Lipman at number 1, playing off -1. Evan White at number 2, playing off 1 goals. And then Nick Manifold, the man with the matching handicap to his shirt, playing at number 3. And Santiago Javajol, playing at back of 5 goals. Before I throw this back to Dale, let me just quickly tell you who's playing for Grand Champions Polo Club in the light pale blue shirts. We've got Franz Pinacci at number 1, playing off 0 goals. Artemio Figueres, also 0 goals, in at number 2. And then we've got Mickey Navijo Estrada at 3, playing off 1 goals. And Matias, but they call him Vizcacha McDonough at number 4, playing off 4 goals. Our 2 mounted officials, Esteban Ferrari and Mr. Roddy Matthews.
Yeah, we're getting a 3-goal handicap here as the Grand Champions Polo Club team. They're coming in at 5 goals with Matias on 4 and Mickey on 1. Of course, Fran and Artemio, both A-rated players. So they'll gather 3 goals here at the beginning here in the first chukker. 6 chukkers of polo in our 8 goal. Remember, we play 4 chukkers in the 6th goal, and we'll be playing 6 chukkers here. And right now, it was 6:36 on the clock. We're going to go ahead and have a knock-in. So back and forth is our first penalty there, which is a right-of-way violation on the far side. And now we have a safety on the play. So penalty 6, as in the game of soccer when the ball gets kicked over the end line by the defending team and they go to a corner kick. Well, you know, in polo, we take it to the 60-yard line, no further than 40 from the center. And based on the 1 approach, 1 hit. And so this ball is only sitting about 8-10 yards to the outside. So a nice little angle here. Beautiful day at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. And this is going to go in favor of Round Hill Polo.
And Nick Manifold taking that first. We haven't seen many of those yet this season. Somehow a little nudge on the inside post there after that shot from Nick Manifold puts, Evan White got himself in the perfect position. Thank you, Steph. Evan White there just nudging that first ball in after that penalty 6 coming from Nick Manifold, and they get the first of the 3 that they need to catch up on.
Yeah, Nick Manifold at 5 goals, or 3 goals now. He was a 5-goal player. Santiago Jalvajol, he's been playing awesome, Jan. We've enjoyed watching him play. Good combination there. That almost looked like kind of a set little play there. Manifold put that right down the center, and Evan White in a perfect spot to move that ball on. And here we go, back and forth, so 3-1.
Grand Champions there, just picking up the ball. Just, that looked like we had a little issue there in the second row. And we're lucky to have the one and only, we haven't even introduced him, he was here this morning, Steve Lane. Good afternoon to you, sir. Great to have you with us.
Yeah, a little bump behind the saddle right there, and both umpires on top of the play as Grand Champion was bringing it across. And anyhow, a bump behind the saddle, so that's going to go down to a penalty 4, 60-yard defended penalty shot.
So 5:42 on the clock, and that very early penalty 6 there, which Nick Manifold took, has reduced that deficit. Remember, if you just joined us, Grand Champions Polo Club coming in of a total handicap of 5 goals, Round Hill Polo team coming in of 8, hence why the 3-goal advantage given to Grand Champions Polo Club. And they now have an opportunity, more or less, on the same line, but not quite on the same spot here, with a penalty 4. So a 60-yard defended penalty. Remember, the defending team must be at least 30 yards behind the ball.
Tracy Jabberjold playing 3, Manifold playing 4. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I thought that they looked like that. Big hit right here by Matias. And no, the goal scored by Evan White, but we do have a little change in lineup. It says Santiago Jabberjold played in number 3 in the green. Nick Manifold is wearing the 4, so they did a little switcheroo on us. They both wear black helmets, and they very similar, you'll see, as they do the give and go here. But definitely here, and Santiago got a little bit of a lighter helmet on today. Artemio on the ride-off and controlled here by Santiago.
A little cut shot, did not quite get the length he was hoping for, so thank you very much for picking up. Yeah, they do look very similar. I hope we'll be able to make life a little bit easier for you. Still on the move here. Santiago Javajol under the next shot. Had a little bit of traffic. He had Mickey Navijo Estrada there. Remember, he's coming in off 1 goal, and a very strong 1-goal player he is, as they go into the far corner. Now then, nicely picked up by Spinacci. Oops!
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Okay, 4:40 on the clock. It looks like we've got all of our players back here on the field. So they're going to go ahead and have a bowl-in from the center to the boards. All ponies and lined up and ready to go. It looks like they got everyone looked out. Yep. So they'll go ahead and line them up on Esteban Ferrari. And it will be Roddy Matthews on the outside, picked up here and taken across the field here by Matias and controlled by the Grand Champions Polo Club, and that's what they wanted. And on the far side, keeping it moving as we click down to 420. Hello, Aspen, Colorado.
That's what I was waiting for, Dale. I've been waiting for you to say that all season long, and we just had that number on the scoreboard. Now, once again, on the move. That looked like Figueres trying to get a bit of space for himself. Nice little pick up here. It's all taking place on the halfway line. Player now with the number 2. That, of course, Santiago Javajol. Manifold with the number 4. Just to rectify that, we had that slightly confused at the beginning of this game. They must have changed shirts just before they came out. We have a whistle on the play with 3:58 on the clock.
We're going to have a right-of-way violation. On a right-of-way violation here. So they'll go ahead and drop this ball right here in front of us on the penalty 5A.
And it'll be taken by Vizcacha McDonough. Little daisy cutter. Nice little touch there. He tried to pick it up on the number 3, Mickey Navijo Estrada. But once again, the team in green, Round Hill Polo Farm. Nice little pick up here by Javajol. Just taking the pace out a little bit, allowing his attackers to get back in situ. Figueres, Artemio Figueres trying to lose the man with the number 4, Nick Manifold. In comes Franz Spinacci to try and help him. There's the shot there from Javajol once again through the centre, looking for a green shirt. He was looking for the number 2 there. Figueres just beaten to it there by the number 3, Navijo Estrada. A bit of a sword fight going on. And really good to see that he's back in the saddle. Matias, they call him Vizcacha McDonough. Left on the boards. McDonough coming back to... Yeah, the umpire there just telling green to clear. Now, play with the number 2 there. Evan White. Nice little ball down the field. Little bit of trickery going on. All the time in the world here for Javajol to turn things around, take the pace out somewhat. A nice lofted shot. That's a perfect pass. Well, it did have Manifold's name written on it, but it was a bit too steep. Once again, picked up on the halfway line here by McDonough. Oh, cheeky and a very clever steal here by the number 2, by Evan White. Sends it back down the boards on the near side. First 2 players coming down on the line. Number 3, Javajol. A lot of sticks up in the air, and Roddy Matthews, one of our 2 mounted officials, getting a very, very good view on that. And with that little whistle, we're going to have our first courtesy change. Just that 1 goal so far scored by Evan White.
Yeah, we gone to a defensive battle here based on the penalty 6 that Evan put in. Otherwise, the Grand Champions Polo Club team being 5 goals, playing very strong, matching up well with the Round Hill Polo team on 8. And remember, building our levels today from 6 goals all the way to 26 goals on CTV Sports. Make sure you join us at 4 p.m. Yeah, in our first semifinal in the World Polo League All-Star Challenge Cup.
Very much looking forward to that, Dale. Very much looking forward to our first semi-final. And remember, there are still, of course, another 4 tournaments coming your way on the WPL season. This in its 5th year now, of course. So a little bit of an anniversary going on here. 6 10-goal players, Dale, 4 9-goal players. And as you said, very much, and you can feel it in the air, the anticipation. Match of the week, the featured match here this afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to have a Riemenschneider family there, as this is going to be the first a memorial for Richard Riemerschneider, the memorial. So we're going to be talking a lot about that and the family. So we're going to be happy to have Andrea, his wife, and daughter Robin there today. So we'd like everyone to please come out and represent, please, on the memorial. First annual for Remo, known in the polo world. Such a great man. And we'll talk a lot about him at our 4 p.m. game.
Yeah, I was reading up about him. It's incredible what he did also for the PTF, which, of course, is the cue into tomorrow, the Avendano, the kids' polo. Very much looking forward to that, Dale, tomorrow here at Santa Rita. So, yeah, we have a lot to go through.
It all starts there, huh, Jan? It always starts with all the young bucks.
Indeed it does. Here we go then. Ball is back in play. Hit from the centre, so a penalty 5B in favour of the team in green, Round Hill Polo team. And that's a nice long ball there by Javajol. Slightly overcooked it a little bit, but yeah, you expect to see a lot of that. Also from Nick Manifold, we know that those two combined 8-goal players here, 3 and 5, very strong with the long distance shots.
Yeah, huge shot here. And so, again, but it's gone to a defensive batter. At first it was open running early. And I like the thought process there with a 5-goal team going up against an 8-goal team. You need to get lined out. Remember, 2 young players with Franz Spinacci and Artemio, both on A-rated. Keep an eye on these 2 young guys. They are very strong in the front.
Picked up once again by McDonough over on the far side. A little bit of a bouncing ball. Yeah, a little bit unlucky not to pick it up on the volley. He's got Spinacci coming in from behind, but again sent back down the field by Manifold. Nice pick-up here on the move, on the break. Round Hill Polo team. Javajol turned around once again by McDonough. Just biding his time. Sends it out to the left-hand side. That ball was meant for Figueres. Beg your pardon for Javajol. Nice little back shot there by John Lipman, but only as far once again as McDonough. McDonough. Yeah, just faking that big shot. Who can he play it to? Possibly out to the right-hand side where he saw Mickey Nvidia Estrada. Nvidia Estrada got a pick-up, but also a whistle on that play.
Well, that'll stop the clock with 37 seconds on the board there. And that's kind of interesting. Look at Mickey comes from, take a look at this one. Mickey comes from the right to left. Oh, and he got a player coming on to meet him. So a great call there by our mountain official, Roddy Matthews, in perfect position to catch that play, that oncoming player. What do you think about that, Steve Lane?
Yeah, no, I think it was a great call. Those 2 players were not engaged, so there is no near side right away. So that green player meeting the play drew the foul on against the light blue jersey.
Yeah, that's a big play that people don't really realize. When we say that, we use that verbiage. There is no right-of-way on the near side, the left side of the pony, only in the arena. And that's when you're established in the arena. You can't just go on the near side all day. But when you get established on the wall, that's the only place. On the boards, it is not like in the arena. You need to jump the boards and go back to the offside. So a very good call here by Roddy Matthews. On the 5B, here comes Round Hill.
And that'll be Nick Manifold getting things underway again. Looking like he might try and run this one himself. Very fast pony here. There is the first horn on the near side. Tried to just centre it, and they will just let that one. Oh, no, it went through. I thought it might have gone out on the left-hand side, but what a cracking goal here by Nick Manifold, picking up the second just before the end of the chukker.
Huge goal here, and this is what we talk about, positive possessions. Penalty 5B from the center. These are very important. Remember, I always get on this, the knock-ins, the penalty 5As, the penalty 5Bs. You need to have positive possessions. Nick Manifold doing it all by himself. And as Jan Attic Frank said, a super strong near side neck shot to end our first chukker and get the Round Hill pole team within 1 goal after 1 chukker. So stay with us. We'll be back here for our top pony 8 goal live on CTV Sports.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Welcome back, everybody. Chukka number 2 is just about to start. I'd like to welcome you to the first match here, the first game of the Top Pony 8 Goal 2023. We are, after we had a very, very thrilling 6-goal game, the Halo Polo Trophy this morning at 10 o'clock, we are now here at Santa Rita for our second Chukka of the Top Pony 8 Goal. The two teams that are out there in the green shirts, Round Hill Polo team with John Lipman, Evan White, Nick Manifold and Santiago Javajol. Evan White, the first man to score in that first Chukka, and Nick Manifold right at the end of Chukka number 1, picking up the second goal. Now, Grand Champions Polo Club, that's the team in the pale white, or the pale blue and the white shirts, with Franz Pinacci at number 1, Artemio Figueres at number 2. Then Mickey Navijo Estrada coming in at number 3, playing off 1 goals, and Matias, they call him Vizchata McDonough, playing off 4 goals at number 4. And remember, they were given 3 goals on handicap, that team totaling a handicap of 5. So 3 goals to 2 is how they left it. 2 goals scored, as I said, in that first Chukka by Evan White and Nick Manifold. Our 2 mounted officials this afternoon. From England, Roddy Matthews, and from Argentina, of course, Esteban Ferrari. Ball is thrown back into play. Here we go then with Chukka number 2, and the first man to it will be Vizchacha McDonough. Trying to get a little bit of space, a little bit of ground in getting that ball closer down the field, and I'm pretty sure on that play, Artemio Figueres will get called for reaching. Coming across that right of way, of course, and again under the very watchful eye of both Roddy Matthews and Esteban Ferrari. Now, as Dale would say, nobody really going anywhere, so they'll just drop it at the spot and award a penalty 5A. Quickly taken here, Round Hill Polo team. Manifold looking for a pass out to the left-hand side. He's got 2 defenders, very nicely done there by the number 3 and the number 2, Mickey Navijo Estrada and Artemio Figueres. Once again, Javajol with 5 goals to his name, the highest handicapped player on the field. Nice little steal and a very nice pony he's riding there. Sends that one across the field looking for Manifold. Manifold not able to pick that one up. Nice little near side forehand by Mickey Navijo Estrada. Here a tail being called. So, Grand Champions Polo Club putting the pressure on. This is definitely not going to be a walk in the park despite the 3-goal handicap difference here. A lot of coaching, of course, from Pablo Spinacci. And this is the kind of break that, nice little save here. Now, that could be, if he's going to get the right angle, will he go for the under the neck? I thought he might have. Just taking his time here, player with the number 4. Vizchacha McDonough. Oh, that's a cracking goal. What a cracking goal. Took his time, did everything right. And the first goal out of play here for Grand Champions Polo Club for McDonough.
Yeah, this is a great goal, a big goal here based on the handicap. Remember, if you're just joining us here for our 2023 Top Pony 8 goal, the Grand Champions Polo Club in the light blue jerseys. So we took a moment there. We thank you for your patience to change out one of our mounted officials. They look very similar, Mr. Roddy Matthews today, so we got him in the pink jersey now. It makes it easier for all the players and, of course, all our fans watching today to go ahead. Sometimes you look up and you run down the field, and if the umpire jerseys are too close to the teams, it can be a little bit distracting for the players. But this is a huge goal, not just being the first goal, but taking the momentum away from Round Hill, but on the control play, Fran Javajol.
Nicely turning on the inside by the number 3, Javajol. Nice pass out to the to the right-hand side. He's found Evan White. Evan White with a powerful cut shot trying to centre that ball. He's got John Littman coming right in behind, but again, good defensive play here by Grand Champions Polo Club. As I say, Spinacci Senior will be on the sidelines giving advice, and this is what makes them a little bit vulnerable now that over on that far side, Artemio Figueres. Figueres needs a bit of support. He's going to get that in the form of Fran Spinacci, who comes in behind the rotation. Now Spinacci going up front, and that ball is absolutely spot on. Good pick up. I like the way these two youngsters are playing, Spinacci and Figueres. Oh, and he just put it wide, but what a cracking play there by these two.
Wow, man. Reminds me of Carlo Nuce and Spinacci playing yesterday in the 6th goal. And these young players, we've talked a lot about the -1s and the 0-goal players, the A-rated players, how well they've been playing here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And it's fun seeing them because they get better every chucker. But on the quick knock-in, picked up here and controlled by Matthias.
McDonough turns it, has a little look. Great ball control. Looking for a little gap. There's a lofted shot. Again, he's got Spinacci at the front door. He needs to pick this up possibly on the near side. Now he tried to come across, and that's exactly what will have caught him with that whistle.
Yeah, bad luck there. Poor Fran. You know, you want to go near side there, but if he goes near side, he takes the post out. And, you know, maybe at the end of the game to tie or win the game, as he would have knocked the post down. But the gray mare is going to switch from right to left to fall over the right of way there. Go ahead and knock it anyway. I believe it's still on the field, but we are going to get a penalty 5A from the spot on the right of way violation. Manifold in a good spot there. Nick knowing, great sportsmanship there by Nick Manifold, knowing the post was coming up for young Fran Spinacci, giving him room to go from right to left. And so that'll go ahead and send everybody off for our courtesy change with 3:34. To be precise. Santa Rita led for start to finish to capture the 2022 top pony 8-goal tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. And last year was, we saw them play yesterday, Jan. We saw our Antonio Aguirre and Fran Spinacci play together. And Antonio, he's gone from 0 to 1, so congratulations to him. Playing very well yesterday. Fran went from -1 to 0. So 2 players going up. Mia Cambiaso also played with them on 2 goals. Mia playing spectacular pole. We actually had her younger sister Mila also was here this week during the kids' games. I had the opportunity to umpire the kids' games on Wednesday night here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where we have the juniors play. And then we also have the younger ladies and gentlemen play that just came out of lead line. And if you watch our polo all summer long at the Aspen Valley Polo Club here on CTV Sports on Wednesday, we have our juniors night where we play in the arena. Sometimes they'll play with the older players. Sometimes they'll play with the fathers, or a lot of the high goalers will play at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, which is fun. And we play with the beach polo ball, the snow polo ball.
Okay.
Yeah, and that kind of gets them used to that. Because you know beach polo, snow polo, because you are Mr. Snow Polo.
Well, that's just a vicious rumor, but I know what you're talking about.
You are Mr. Snow Polo.
Thank you. Maybe over in Europe, you are definitely Mr. Snow Polo right here in America.
Well, yeah, we love it. You know, up in Aspen, it is the only snow polo played in North America at the Aspen.
But that is why, Dale, I'm so glad that you and I together. We might not do the snow polo together, but we're definitely doing something together down later in the end of April.
I think, you know what? I think Steve Lane's going to be driving us down there, too, this year, maybe. Down to beach polo. Steve loves the beach.
I don't know nothing. I just drive the limo.
You drive the limo. You love the beach, too. But we do have beach polo, and that is a go-to ticket, Jan. Just to tell you, beyond having us fun with it, it is a go-to event. 4 days of energizing fun. And remember, because that whole 2 weeks there is also the end. We have the Triple Crown of the World Polo League. So it's a great weekend to be here. So we are going to get the penalty 5A from the spot. And picked up here from Manifold, and he's going to find Javajon.
Javajon runs into a little bit of traffic here. He's got young Fran Spinacci. You just mentioned him there, Dale. Bit of a bucking pony on that play, but nice control once again here by Javajon. Yeah, the pony not making life that easy, so to be left for Nick Manifold. Manifold just wants to get past that player, and again, a little obstruction there from Mickey Navijo Estrada, again, a good call here by our two mounted officials.
Yeah, now you get the rotation, and this is, I'm saying we're going to see more of this probably with Santi and Nick, because Santi on 5 goals, Nick's on 3. And as I said before, I think Nick's highest handicap was 6. And at times playing 7, 8 goals, Manifold for many years, and mounted very well with the Mochitos Polo Ponies. And a big shout out to Mariano Aguirre and his whole crew, his wife Tati, and of course their young son was playing yesterday and doing a fabulous job, Antonio. You know, I talked about them in Cambiazo. Pablo Spinacci also played on that team last year, and they defeated Raful Polo, Ray Raful, our boy. And when I say Ray Raful, he was playing with Milo Dorniak, Henry Porter, and Krill Desanese, wow, and Manuel Pardo. They mix it up in 10-7 games, a 3-goal difference. Here comes Manifold on the penalty 3.
And he's put it wide, Dale. He's put it just ever so slightly wild. Well, they seem to be struggling on that part of the field there.
Yeah, it's like I said, we got a beautiful overcast sky here. The clouds are blown in to make it perfect weather for the four-legged athletes here in southern Florida, wherever you may be. Weather in the high 70s, low 80s, and a nice breeze blowing. Aspen Field, Santa Rita Polo Farm on the knocking quickly on the far side, controlled. It looks like it's going to be Mickey.
Navijo Estrada untangling himself out of that little medley of players. He's still got, I was just about to say, the man with the number 4, Nick Manifold, right there with him, but another whistle will stop the action with 2:14 left to play here. Chuck in number 2.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and have a looks like we're going to have a trigger here. So we have one umpire that has a foul on the play and one doesn't have a foul on the play. And are going to go to our IRO third man.
No foul on the play. That player coming in on the near side was at such a difficult angle there was no way he could flatten out. So turning call is dissolved. So we'll start and resume play with a Bolden.
Yeah, so I agree with you, Steve, just by the good here. I think that was a great call, but that's why you have 2 players on the field, and that's why we embrace that technology here at CTV Sports, Grand Champions Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club. And what we do is we've added a trigger, and that's when the umpires do disagree, they can go to the IRO/third man, which means that the IRO third man is using video so he can review those calls in slow-mo, half speed, full speed, and on the move, Artemio.
Figueres, a lot of space to work with. Needs to center it a little bit. The first man to his side will be Santiago Javajol. In comes the support, but a little bit too late. Enough time here for Round Hill Polo to turn things around once again. 2 green players coming out. Oh, that might have been a little bit of a mistake. I was just about to say the man with the number 4, Nick Manifold, had, from where I'm sitting, firmly established himself on that line, so on that right-of-way. So there will be, I think, a good call here by the umpires of right-of-way infringement.
Yeah, a good call, easy call. You explained it perfectly there. Yeah, and Eddie Frank just coming across the field. Coming across the field here, so they're going to go ahead and move this as an offensive attack. And you see that in polo all around the world now, moving the ball there. Sometimes back in the day, that would be a penalty 5 from the spot. But actually, it works against the team that was fouled to drop that ball there. You need to give an advantage to the team that was fouled, so they'll move it to center, a good 110 yards. And remember, they ended the first chucker with a similar penalty 5B where Santi found Nick Manifold, and Nick worked it down and finished with that beautiful near side neck shot.
So play is called, as you said, from the centre, 5B. It'll be taken by Javajol. Well, there's a lot of vocal voices being heard on the field. Javajol just calmly just tapping that ball into play, unloads a nice long shot, looking over to the left for Nick Manifold to try and get a piece of it in front of that goal mouth. And here comes Grand Champions Polo Club. A lot of space here on the left side. Spinacci tucks in behind again. The 2 youngsters working very well. There is the second of the 2, Artemio Figueres. Figueres, now all he has to do is put this one through. He's got a bit of pressure, but Slightly over, but ever so slightly overcooked that one. But a great play once again here by Grand Champions Polo Club. So the clock ticking down. We're down to the last 40 or so seconds here in Chukka number 2. Make sure that you stay with us at the end of Chukka number 3, just before we go into the half-time interval for these half-match stats. That, of course, will be brought to you by CTV Sports. Little turnaround. I'm sure that Grand Champions would love to pick up another cheeky little goal before they go into that break. McDonough takes a shot on goal. Oh, and it's put through, but now there was a whistle. Was that Artemio Figueres who put that through? Now, will that goal count? We'll have to wait and see. Goal is good, I'm being told.
Yeah, that was a whistle just to end the chukker there as Grand Champions Polo Club coming on through. Artemio Figueres scoring that goal. So that's going to end chukker number 2. Stay with us on CTV Sports when we come back for live action in chukker number 3.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chukka TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, what a turnaround here in Chukka number 2. Remember, Chukka number 1, Round Hill Polo Farm, getting off to a very good start with Evan White and Nick Manifold getting 2 very much needed and early goals on the scoreboard. No score out of regular play for Grand Champions Polo Club, but remember, they came into this game with 3 goals in hand based on the team handicap. Chukka number 2 then is basically a reverse of Chukka number 1. No score by Round Hill Polo Farm, and 2 goals coming in from Artemio Figueres and Matthias McDonough, which of course has now restored that 3-goal cushion. So you join us at the top of Chukka number 3, and the score, of course, 5-2 in favour of Grand Champions Polo Club. A ball had just been thrown into play, and a very early whistle. And I have to say, I am so happy that Steve Lane is actually with us. Normally, of course, spends most of his time in the afternoon in the studio, but great to have you with us here, Steve.
Well, thank you, Jan. Just a uneven ride-off there. Green taking away the horse's neck of one of the Grand Champions polo players, so the umpires are going to march the ball down, now discussing ball placement. One of them thinks 4, and, of course, the players want a penalty 3, but the umpires have the final say-so, and it's going to be a 60-yard defended shot, penalty 4.
Now, this, of course, would be just exactly what Grand Champions Polo Club could do with here. Remember that 3-goal advantage they got given at the beginning. If they could now score here and convert this penalty 4, that would put them in the lead not only by 3 goals but by 4 goals. Let's see who's going to step up to the plate and do the honours. It looks like it's going to be Mickey Navijo Estrada. And as Tracy was saying earlier, but commentators curse the first penalty for on the south end being scored. And I'm sure Mickey Navijo Estrada will be very, very happy with that. And that puts that team, like I say, into the lead now by 4 goals. 6 goals to 2 for Grand Champions Polo Club. Back to the centre they go then. And, let's see how Round Hill Polo team will respond to this. But once again, Grand Champions winning the throw-in. And it's going to be the young number 2, Artemio Figueres. He's had this situation on 1 or 2 occasions before, and this time will not make a mistake. Wow, within a matter of seconds there, all of a sudden, Grand Champions Polo Club are on a roll here. Goal number 2 for Artemio Figueres, Dal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, very strong for a 5-goal team. You must applaud them, as this 8-goal team, too, with John Lipton and Evan White, Nick Manifold, Santiago Jaujol, they are very strong. I mean, they need to keep this up, because this green team will keep firing. And as they say, mucho tiempo. We're only in the third chucker here with 6 minutes on the clock, and they'll get control here, Santiago.
Jaujol sends a nice deep ball down the field, looking for Evan White. White opens his shoulders, and again, good defending play. And you can see he's an all-rounder. Figueres coming back. Sticking with his man. He's left that one for Estrada. Yeah, a lot of angles, a lot of players coming onto that ball, but you can see both umpires seem to be on the same page here with that decision.
Yeah, line was changed right there in front of the goal. Coming at us at a 45 degree, and one of the green players jumped in front of that right away, so a little bit of a right away violation, and we'll have a penalty 5A from the point of the infraction for Grand Champions Polo Club. Going long, about 280 yards from goal there, Jan.
Thank you, Steve. Well, I'm sure you'd agree with me. Not only are they, on paper they are the weaker team, but at the moment they seem to be having this game very much in control here. Good first touch over on the far side, Spinacci. Again, Spinacci, look at him go. And Del, you were talking about how he's come up over the years. I remember seeing him playing last year. Not only is he growing in size, but of course he's also growing with experience and a lot of natural talent here, but of course with Pablo Spinacci, no surprise there. Again, a nice little turnaround. This is another young star, I think, in the making, Artemio Figueres. Oh, yeah, that got a little bit messy there, Steve. Did not look like it was an easy decision for the umpires to make there. A lot of players coming on that line.
Well, Esteban Ferrari, one of our mounted officials, happened to be looking right down the line, and when Manifold come in to make a play, his horse's head was across the right-of-way, and also there was a foul following Grand Champions Polo Club player. So Nick not only fouled first, but he fouled the second player as well. So 5:01 on the clock. Score is 7-2, and a chance for Grand Champions Polo Club to make it 8-2.
Wow, well, what a surprise here. Remember, 3 goals in hand, or 3 goals down on handicap. And as I say, they are very much in control here. 5:01. Ball is in, has been teed up, and it looks like we might have a little issue with one of the goalposts, so that just needs to be rectified before the umpires can call a play. But as we're just talking about the goalposts and the fields, I've got to say, Steve, and I've seen that everywhere so far this season, be it at Grand Champions Polo Club or here at Santa Rita, the fields are an absolute immaculate condition. We've had a lot of compliments from the players, how much fun they are having playing here. Dale, the field's absolutely top class.
Great smile, yeah. And it's also great is seeing how many different members and other members coaching. Jan, I was just down there with Falabella, who's playing in the World Polo League, helping. He's coaching Santiago Jaujol, and it's great to see that. You see all these different high goalers in. And that's why we love the 6, bringing you 6, 8, 12-goal polo also here on CTV Sports, not just the high goal. And we applaud that, and the fans have been applauding it. It's been a lot of fun.
Goal number 3 there, Wild, by Artemio Figueres. Twice he scored now here in Chucker number 3. And as you suggested, Steve, that's put them up into a very comfortable position. 8-2. So if you think about it, they've scored 5 times. And now on the move is McDonough. Matthias McDonough. He's got the time, checks up nicely, and this could make it 9. Surely he just needs to get the putter out. He does, and that is the second goal for Matthias McDonough. And, wow, they are really on a roll here. 9-2 with 4 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Yeah, great goal scored right there. And remember, that team got a 3-goal handicap, so on the flat it would be 6-2. So Grand Champions Polo Club flexing their muscle and scoring goals and having a great first half right here with 3:41 on the clock. So the Bulls bowled back in. Nick Manifold, the first to put lumber to it. And a quick whistle on the play right there. So we'll wait for the umpire's decision. We'll get back to live action.
3:34 on the clock. Another whistle will stop the play. Well, I tell you what, Steve and Dale, of course, Grand Champions Polo Club have very much disrupted what looked like to be the strategy here of Round Hill Polo Farm, and I'm sure they'll be very much looking forward to that slightly extended half-time break, because they clearly have to adjust the game plan, the strategy here, because Grand Champions Polo Club are just shy of 1 goal going into double figures.
So, yeah, after a courtesy horse change, and we'll resume play with a penalty 5A in favor of the team in green, and just a little right-of-way violation standing over the top of the ball. So a great day for polo here, and as you guys have mentioned, don't forget our 4 o'clock featured game of the week. First semifinal of the All-Star Challenge, where Richard Mill will take on Brookshire. So that ought to be an exciting game. Both of those teams winning their opening games. Remember, the All-Star Challenge is a single-game elimination, so you've got to win to stay in it, and that's just what those 2 teams have done. One of those teams today are going to go to the finals, and one of them's going to go home.
Well, you were just talking about Steve, and you know what? If you want to hear some mouth-watering names of the players that are going to be playing in that semi-final, we've got Scott Wood, of course. This is all for Brookshire. Scott Wood, Pipe Vecellino coming in of 7 goals. Then we have Polito Pierres, one of the 6-10 goal players, and Hero de Carril, the 8-goal player. For Richard Mill, of course, Gilberto Sayao, the young man from Brazil. Gonzalito Pierres, 9 goals. Pablo McDonough, 10 goals. And, of course, Alejandro Novillo Estrada. So a 25-goal team against a 26-goal team. Definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, I was over here on Wednesday with the junior group. They were playing a practice game. I got to see Harold Del Carrillo. What a nice guy he is, Jan. Big smile on his face. I was like, MVP. He didn't recognize it when I said MVP. He's so focused. I go, you're the MVP, man. He played really well. Keep an eye on that kid today. He was super strong.
Here we go then. After a quick courtesy change, the boys in green are once again on the move. Man with the number 3 here for Round Hill Polo. That, of course, Santiago Javajol. Trying to find a little gap between those players. He gave it over to Evan White. Couldn't do much with it. And again, on the breakaway, Artemio Figueres. Beg your pardon, Estrada. Matthias. And that's the number 3. Yeah, that's Mickey Novillo Estrada. Beg your pardon. Mickey Novillo Estrada trying to run away with it. Similar looking helmet to that of Artemio Figueres. And you know what? They are all so good. All 4 of these players, and what seems to be working very well is the way they are gelling together, the way they are connecting, the way they are harmonizing together. They seem to have an understanding exactly where they need to be at what time, and all 4 players here at Grand Champions Polo Club getting right into the thick of it here. So good team performance by all 4. But now a chance here for the break, and that's a nice pass up through to the front door, looking for John Lipman. And Lippman might get a second chance, just a little bit too steep, that ball running over the back line. So again, Grand Champions Polo Club not only very good up front in scoring goals, but also knowing where to be when it comes to defence. And that's, again, what they did here, denying John Lippman that second touch on that goal. Here they come, literally straight to us. Actually taken out of the equation here, coming around the outside. At least he's trying to. Figueres sent back down the field. Nobody there. Grand Champions will pick this one up with the number 3, Mickey Navijo Estrada. Along, all happening still on the boards. In comes Spinacci, just biding his time. But it'll be Roundhill who will get it back. A ball into the danger zone. Try to find Javajol. And again, Navijo Estrada finding a little gap, bringing or pulling Grand Champions forward. Beg your pardon, that of course was McDonough. Now left for the number 3, Javajol. Hammers a ball down, looking for his number 2, Evan White. Not quite able to get there quick enough. He read it well. The ball just had too much pace on it. There's the open backhand again from White into the danger zone. But look at that, Grand Champions again. Not able to defend, but also to clear it and start a counter-offensive. Nice run over on the far side. Figueres, solid first touch. Plenty of space now. Look at that pony open. Oh! How unlucky can you get? Nice open flowing game here. We're down to, we're going to be approaching the 30-second mark. 9 goals to 2. Still in favour of Grand Champions Polo Club. And if Roundhill Polo team don't score within the next 20 or so seconds, that will be 2 chukkers, 2 goalless chukkers here, and a total of 6 chukkers in the last 2 in favour of Grand Champions Polo Club. Clock is running down to the last 10 seconds. He needs to take a shot. Well, he tried. He opened his shoulders there, Javajol. And that ball will land. Cleared. The last seconds of play, and that'll be it. So what a great result here for Grand Champions Polo Club. Another unanswered chukker, or another goalless chukker for Roundhill Polo team. And I can see he's already on standby, so make sure you stay with us before you get yourself a fresh cup of coffee for the halftime stats. Dale, over to you.
Thank you, Jan Edik Frank. And what a first half here by a 5-goal team. Remember, 3 goals on handicap given to the Grand Champions Polo Club team. 9 goals to 2. And pretty closer than I thought on the shots on goal. 8 shots by Grand Champions Polo Club. 5 shots by Roundhill. So percentages aren't bad there. Just good shooting by the Grand Champions Polo Club team. Knock-ins, 3 and 2, so very close. 3 for Grand Champions, 2 for Roundhill. Throw-ins, perfectly even, 4 and 4. Fouls committed, and this is where the Grand Champions Polo Club team, they'll talk about this at halftime. 7 fouls committed compared to 4. So well done here by Roundhill. Very clean first half, only fouling 4 times, but 7 is a bit too many. They need to clean that up a little bit. And then penalties scored, though. The Roundhill team did not get any penalties, goals scored, so that's a good thing for Grand Champions. And they scored 2, a penalty 3, and a penalty 4. So I hope you're enjoying our Top Pony 8 goal. Stay with us. We'll be back here on CTV Sports.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here, and this is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. You know, we've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Jan Edick Frank. We're live here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm Grand Champions Polo Club. 2023 Top Pony 8-goal. We just started 8-goal today. Remember, we're playing 6-8 and 26-goal polo. Also, we have the women's WCT being played. We also have the juniors. You can join us tomorrow for the Avendano. Jan kind of touched on that a little bit, and that is always so special And I remember back in the day when I was playing at that age, I used to sit on the sideline. Well, all of us used to sit on the sideline and hope that somebody didn't show up for a practice game, and then they would throw us into the game and give us an opportunity. But now, you get 60 to 200 kids showing up, and it shows you how the world of polo is growing. And that's a big part of what we do here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Nation's largest polo club celebrated its 16th anniversary, and the Santa Rita Polo Farm, largest, most unique private, 102 acres, the facility, 212 stalls. We actually added stalls from last year, 9 self-contained barns, 2 tracks, and tack room, vet room, staff quarters, guest house, just a beautiful place. 4 fields, as you see us here on CTV Sports. We usually play on the Aspen field and the Buenos Aires field, as we played our 6th goal this morning on the Buenos Aires field. We're on the Aspen field now. We have the Penn field and the Santa Rita field. And just an amazing place here. Also, remember the WCT, which is every Wednesday. So if you'd like to see the ladies play or play in a women's league where it's all ladies playing, that's every Wednesday. And then also we are in our 26th goal, our World Polo League. And remember, join us at 4 p.m. today, where we are going to have our first semifinal in the World Polo League and the first Rich Rimmenschneider Memorial, and a big love to the family there. His wife Andrea and his daughter Robin will be there. Very important game today, in many ways. So please join us at 4 p.m. And tell a friend. That's what we can always tell you. Tell a friend about CTV Sports. Remember, all the games can be watched on our CTV Sports or Chucker TV YouTube channel. We're using that platform at the moment as our CTV Sports expands. Remember the foot golf. Take a look at that. I'm sure you've been seeing the commercials on that. Very special sport. It looks like we got everybody back out here on the field and ready to go. So, Jan Erik Friend, take it away.
Thank you very much. Ball's thrown in play. And, of course, play has resumed where play ended at the end of that first half. That ball will go over the sideboard, so we'll have a very quick change of possession. Now, Dale brought the stats to you. Interesting stats, to say the least. 9 goals to 2 if you've just joined us here. A very good afternoon to you. This is the opening match of the Top Pony 8-Goal 2023. And the team in the pale white blue shirts here, who are on paper a 5-goal team, have very much taken control of this first half. As I said, they got given 3 goals in hand when they came out, but they've scored a total of 6 goals versus the only 2 which were scored in the opening chukker by Evan White and Nick Manifold. And once again, Grand Champions Polo Club in possession. Trying to get the ball up and over the halfway line. Yeah, he nearly got through there, young Fran Spinacci. But it'll be picked up here by the number 4, by Mr. Nick Manifold. Manifold will be looking up. He's got John Lippman over at the front door. But again, coming back very quickly here. And that's what I like about this Grand Champions Polo team, the way they're playing. They're keeping the spaces very controlled, very tight, not really allowing Round Hill Polo team to really play their game, open up the game a little bit. There seems to be, or it feels like, Grand Champions have an extra man on the field. That's because they're marking up so well. And again, over on the far side, Manifold trying to find a little gap. He's got John Lippman on the move. Going up there now also is Evan White. Javajol, the man with the number 3, Santiago, high 5-goal player. And again, they've lost it. Little confusion. No, not a confusion. It's going to be picked up by Navijo Estrada. And again, Grand Champions Polo Club on the move, and that's the second time. Oh, no, the ball's in playoff. I was going to say, it looked like it might have just bounced over the sideboards. But again, Mickey Navijo Estrada, oh, very, very powerful here, trying to send a little ball around the outside still. Navijo Estrada. Left that one behind. Yeah, well, they need to be careful. You can't sandwich a player. Figueres there. Nice little open backhand from McDonough. Passing the stick back now to the player with the number 3. Nice little hook coming in from the number 3 from Grand Champions Polo Club, Mickey Navijo Estrada. And it'll be Figueres. Figueres already having scored 3 times. Once in the first, twice in the second chukker. And he could be on course here to make it goal number 4. Good first touch from him. He's got a man on. Oh, couldn't control that bouncing ball. So Roundhill once again find themselves deep in their own half. So Grand Champions keeping that pressure like they did on the first half, are very much alive here in Chukker number 4. Still no score thus far here in the 4th Chukker.
Playing well, Jan, and you explained it perfectly. It almost seems like there is another man out there hustling, as they say. Look at this. So we have Littman, John on the move. John, nice pickup here. John Littman inside the 60. This is a beautiful approach shot. He checks his shoulder one time, look for the cut shot, and the finish. Oh, just off to the left side. But a great way to pull the team. I love the four-legged athlete here. As John Littman gets out in front. And, man, that would have been a great goal for them because, as you said, 6 unanswered goals in 2 chukkers, Jan. I mean, they have not scored since the first chukker. So Roundhill looking for that 3rd goal just to get some energy up. And just bad luck there for John, but a nice run.
Once again, Grand Champions on the move over on the far side. Nicely done. 2-on-1. Lippman coming back. Wants to get that ball back down the other side of the field. A nice little turnaround. Novijo Estrada chips it. Ooh, very, very close. But I'm liking the effort, the work ethic here of John Lippman coming back in defense.
I was just going to jump right on the backside there. John Lippman not just running the goal, but then running back on defense. So once again, a very strong four-legged athlete he's riding there. Very confident on that horse. He actually had an opportunity, and he saved that goal. You know, you're talking about this young team here, this Grand Champions Polo Club team, and we see Fran play and Artemio all summer long at our sister club, the Aspen Valley Polo Club. I haven't seen Mickey in a while, but, man, he has grown like a weed. They are just getting bigger and stronger every year when we see them. And these young players play great polo, and as they get stronger physically, you know, so we're going to go ahead and have a trigger here. We're going to trigger this shot on goal so we can see a replay of this, of the shot on goal. We'll check with the CTV studios here and see if we can get another look at the shot on goal as Mickey Novijo Estrada took it down the far left side. And as we said, John Lippman, he cut the corner and he got in great position. Mickey shot the ball on a cut shot. It almost was like a lob wedge, went very high in the air, so that could be a little difficult for the goal judge to see exactly, especially when that ball gets up in the sun and the clouds. So one of our triggers, remember the triggers in the game of polo, the umpires can use the cameras to check and see if a goal was scored, to check and see when the ball goes out of bounds, either on the end line, which would be like a safety, or outside for a possession play. They can use the cameras to check. Because sometimes, remember when the ball goes out of bounds on a possession play over the boards, if it does bounce off an opposing player's horse, then it goes back to this team that it did not bounce off his horse. So a player can hit it into another player's horse. It goes off the field. They get possession. And so that's a little different there. Also, they can check and see when two-legged athlete or four-legged athletes come together. So on a ride-off, they can check the cameras on that. We are going to take time out here to check this goal real quick. We got all the players, and we wait a minute here because we got 2 seconds. And I guess it's inconclusive. So when it's inconclusive, they'll go with the call on the field. And the call on the field was no goal or a goal. Okay, so we will have a knock-in then. So we will go back to the knock-in, guys. Back. Tell the knock-in. So back to a knock-in, guys. Back to a knock-in. Is that ball was out. Okay, so thank you very much. Great sportsmanship by Mr. John Littman and his green Roundhill Polo team. They said goal, the opposing team, so in which case we will go with the opposing team there. And, yeah, I love that. I mean, great. John Littman down there, right there, he had a great look at it. He was running with the ball. Mr. Littman saying that was a goal. Very difficult for the goal judges and the umpires. Look at this. They're going to come right back out, and those are the polo gods speaking.
Yep, Nick Manifold picking up his second of the match. And just to clarify that goal, that was, in dispute was given on the account of Artemio Figueres. So he's now scored a total of 4.
Mickey shot it.
Mickey.
Shot that ball. Mickey shot that ball.
Oh, that one. Beg your pardon. Oh, that one.
Now Nick, but Mickey shot the ball.
Ball back in play. 10 goals to 3. 3 minutes left on the clock. Turn around nicely now. All of a sudden the Greens have a little bit of a win going on here with the number 2, Evan White. Nicely picked up. Trying to weave his way through those blue shirts of Grand Champions. Once again, a nice little steal. And that's a good little play once again so far. He's impressed me no end, Dale. Artemio Figueres scoring 4 times. Now then on the move with the number 4, Nick Manifold, looking for his 3rd of the game. And there it is. Manifold bringing his team round here right back into this opening match of the top Pony 8 goal.
Yeah, and this is what's great about the currency change is this is an opportunity here in the 4 chucker after the goal was scored. When you're down by that many goals, you can move the horses around. It looks like Nick Manifold jumped on a very fast, beautiful-looking bay pony here, and it's shown how he's come out of the bowl-in twice and could not be caught by the opposition. And Nick, knowing that he needs goals, gets it within 6. So 2 minutes on the clock, turned around and controlled here by Matthias.
Nice little turn here by McDonough. Taking his time, launches a rocket, well, into no man's land. First man to the play will be Javajol, and he's got plenty of time to turn things around. Javajol just having a look, and you can see that going up was John Lippman. That's going to bounce just a little bit too far out for him to pick up, but he read it well. And once again, Grand Champions, McDonough. Sends it back to where it came from. He heard the call there from Spinacci. Spinacci trying to run and pick it up at the same time. I've got to say, Dale, these youngsters, Fran Spinacci, Artemio Figueres, absolutely top draw here for Grand Champions Polo Club.
Yeah, give it to it, and they talk so well, and as you said, for young players. But look at this, on the move again. Nice pickup here as it takes it forward. It's going to be... Looks like a big shot by Evan White. Evan, he has John Lippman downfield. He's going to have to go back to right to left, near side. Now leaves it for Santi. Savajol inside the 60, working it in. Nice ride off here by Spinacci. Round they go. Good ball control. Evan White comes in with the pick. Inside, outside, ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving. Look for the finish. And what a goal there on the high flag by Santi Savajol.
Cracking goal. Really, really nice goal. The way he took that ball around the outside. But also, again, you've got to give it to Fran Spinacci. Doing everything he possibly could there to avoid that goal. But, yeah, well, that is what 5 goals will do to a 0-goal player. Now, with that, of course, the end of chucker number 4. Well, they're coming back strong. If we look at that chucker and isolate it, 3 goals to 1 in favour of Round Hill Polo. But Grand Champions still holding on with a comfortable 5-goal cushion. Make sure you join us for the remaining 2 chuckers right here on CTV when we come back.
Okay, so we'll give All right, fifth chucker action. And as Jan-Erik Frank was explaining, a good chucker for the Round Hill Polo team in the green, coming in out of the tent and winning that chucker 3-1 on shooting. And great sportsmanship again by the Round Hill Polo team, helping our goal judges and umpires out on a call that was inconclusive by our video, and but saying that they saw the ball go through. So we love seeing that, and they looked stronger here in the second half. So 5-goal difference, fifth chucker action.
Taken here by McDonough. Play with the number 4. Didn't quite get it through to where he wanted to go, so Manifold trying to control it. Spinacci, now he's left it for the number 3, Javajol. Javajol up against Spinacci. Nice little pass towards that halfway line. And again, grand champions, it just feels like they've got an extra player. They're just shutting down those spaces, those areas in which Round Hill would like to play in, down very, very early. Yeah, a little extension, very controversial that play, trying to get it further downfield. Once again, young Evan White here. Now he's already scored, well, he was the first man to score in this game. Nice little open backhand into the run of Spinacci. Spinacci solid first touch, and he's got quite a bit of space. Manifold a bit too far out now, and he's got to open up this pony nicely. Spinacci just ran over that ball. Spinacci it went over the back line. I was going to say he might have gotten lucky and gotten another piece of that, but it went out of bounds. So there will be a hit in for Round Hill Polo. Well, we had a whistle there. Question is, was that last touch, did it come off a defender? If so, then of course a penalty 6 would be in order. And we're just hearing through our headsets now, it is indeed a safety, so it came off a defending player, so grand champions will get another chance here to, if they can, restore that 6-goal cushion. Play is called, and once again, it'll be Matthias McDonough. Well, he's definitely got a lot of height underneath that ball, but slightly out to the right-hand side. And that, of course, will mean change of possession, or rather a knock-in for Round Hill Polo team. Goal judges just putting the ball down. Let's have a look at the clock. 5:50 left to play here in chucker number 5. But this is, again, as we keep saying, far from over. And Dale, you mentioned it earlier. Nick Manifold, of course, out playing off 3 goals, and Santiago Javajol. But you've got to give credit here to Grand Champions Polo Club. They have done everything to disrupt the flow of play, the game plan, above all, of Round Hill Polo team. And once again, and they keep looking for young Fran Spinacci. A lot of trust, a lot of confidence. Oh, again, look at that. He just makes it look so easy. Over on the far side, Javajol trying to start the counter-offensive, but look, he just can't get enough. Going back straight away to try and do what he can in defence. Spinacci leaves that one now it's too far out for Figueres through the centre. Now maybe John Lipman, he's had a similar situation before. Lipman hammers that ball downfield, and again, just ever so slightly puts it wide.
Just off the up. But Lipman having a great second half here, shooting at the goal, and as I said, playing offense and defense. So they must have come out of the tent saying, guys, like you were saying earlier, Jan, it almost looked like there were an extra player on the field for the Grand Champions Polo Club team. It doesn't seem like that now. Seems like there's more green jerseys as they are rotating very well. But look at Fran. Look at that hustle play here, though, by Evan White. Evan's going to get the ride-off, win the ride-off, leave it for Santiago and Javajol.
Nice drive up to the front again, looking for Lipman now then. Third time lucky, 3 is a charm, you'd think. And again, nice bit of defending here. Well, I do feel for John Lipman. He's got himself, he's read it so well. The anticipation, of course, is so important in this game. And he read that pass coming from Javajol. And that's probably, well, at least the third, if not the fourth opportunity. Now, if you were to have taken those 4 opportunities, we'd have a very close game by now.
Yeah, no, they've had the opportunity. They're actually winning the offensive play, but they need to put it between that 24 feet, 8 yards. It's all about scoring goals. Santiago now, he's going to work it out to the left side. Good defense here by Artemio. Slows it down in between 2 players. Walking the dog. Artemio needs to get 1 play. And good thinking there by Artemio. Forget it's not the foul. And get the penalty 1. Allow him to shoot the goal there. You're not going to beat him on that play. Good heads-up play by Artemio. And a strong finish by Santiago Savajol.
So, a much-needed and an important goal as the clock ticks down to nearly 3 minutes left to play. The gap now just 4 goals.
Different game now, huh?
Yeah.
Different match. It changes so quickly like a breeze through the trees.
A breeze through the trees.
It changes.
I like that.
3:04 on the clock. And look at this. I mean, they left 10-5. It was 9-2 at halftime. Let's just go through it. 3-2 after the first chucker. Remember, 3 goals given to grand champions. So Round Hill came out perfect with giving up a 3-goal handicap. And then it was that Grand Champions Polo Club team that came alive with Artemio and with Matias scoring, making it 5-2. And they went on a run to score 6 goals within 2 chukkers, and they were all unanswered goals as Round Hill in the second and third unsuccessful scoring goals. Opportunities based on the stats, but no goals. So they left 9-2 at halftime. And this is one of those situations when you're sitting in the tent. Do you get too comfortable? What game do you go to? And when you came out of the fourth, definitely it was Round Hill who came out with a little more passion and energy, because that's when you mentioned it almost looked like they had an extra man based on their rotation with Spinacci, Figueres, McDonough, and Estrada, and they do a great job as a young team rotating around. You can hear Matias seems to be coaching the team. He seems to be captaining the team. He is the elder statesman at I don't know, probably 17 or something, 15 or 16, 17 years old. But great rotation. But then John, Evan, Nick, and Santiago have definitely figured out a new system here. And now with 3:04 on the clock in the 5th chukker, they've put themselves in a position to get this tied up. Well,
as the players are coming back out on the field, sorry to cut in there on you, Dale. I'm pretty sure that the word from the camp, Grand Champions Polo Club, will be keep that high pressure as high as you can for as long as you can. Keep Round Hill Polo team having to work for every inch of play. And right in front of our watchful eye here, whistle.
So they all come together right there, and these have a blocking foul. And that'll drop the ball from the spot. Nobody going anywhere. And it actually was further outside the play. And you see they're going to get blocked right there. They ride underneath. Right there. You see them cross in front of the number 4. One of the blue jerseys crossing in front of Manifold on the right-of-way violation. So they move that ball back to the 5A, and the attack is on, but it gets down inside the 60 and then cleared out here by Spinacci. Fran will slow it down and leave it for Matias, and this is where it's all been starting, Jan. Starts with Matias, and they keep it rolling with 2:30 on the clock.
That's exactly what they've been doing. And, well, they got lucky this time. It's going to be picked up by Javajol. Javajol might decide to, just run this one in himself. But again, look at that. A 3-man line of defending players straight away, just waiting for the unforced error. There's the open backhand. It lands on the green, but no. Oh, a little mistake. That could cost them dearly. They got very lucky there. There's the open backhand from Navijo Estrada. Ooh, really dodging a bullet, and this is what makes them so dangerous, because on the rebound here, on the move, once again, Grand Champions Polo Club. And guess who is the man this time setting the ball back up? Of course, Spinacci back to McDonough. McDonough into the corner, has to slam on the brakes. There's the cut shot, clever thinking. Spinacci trying to pick it up on the near side. They are like a fine tuned machine, this Grand Champions Polo Club team here, this 8-goal team. It is a real pleasure to watch how they combine, how they communicate. Again, he was caught wrong-footed there. John Lippman didn't see that ball coming his way. Spinacci once again gets a piece of it. McDonough is right there on the halfway line. Has to give the right of way this time to Nick Manifold. Manifold will have a little look up to the front door, looking for the number 2, Evan White. Lippman's out there as well. There's the backhand. Losing a little bit of pace now, but coming through. Nick Manifold, the man with the number 4. Can he finish from there? Manifold, nicely done. Just took his time there, Dale. Just took his time, waited for the opportunity, and then ran with it.
Yeah, well said there, Jan. He did. He was very composed. And look at, within 3. So now, in the second and third chukker, 5 unanswered goals, 6 unanswered goals by GCPC. Now, fourth and fifth chukker, 5 goals to 1. So, at this moment, and here comes your 30-second warning horn, that'll end our fifth chukker. Well, you don't want to miss this one. We will be prepared for our 6th and final chukker. A 3-goal difference. Can GCPC, Grand Champion Polo Club, hold on? Or will Round Hill Polo have a strong 6th chukker? Stay with us. You don't want to miss this one on CTV Sports. All right, so look like all our team ready for the 6th chukker here. Last year's most valuable player was Pablo Spinacci. That's Fran's father. So Fran, he's carrying on his daddy's name there. The best played pony last year in the finals was Hat Trick. It was played by Mia Cambiaso in the 5th chukker. Substitute for Nick Manifold. It was the best playing pony. And she always seems to be mounted very, very well. She's playing very well this year, Mia, coming off her Argentine Open win, women's Argentine Open win this year, 2022. So, on the bowling here we go. 3-goal difference. Jan, Eric, Frank, what do you think?
Well, I think they still have a bit of work to do, but as you know, never write anything off in a game of polo. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I'm pretty sure that Grand Champions Polo Club will have had some stern words from Pablo Spinacci saying, guys, you know, you're in control here, but it's very easy to lose that control, so keep that pressure on. You've got the element of time on your side now in the 6th and final chukker. And so I guess the strategy will be here for Grand Champions just to get this over the finishing line, hold on to the ball for as long as they possibly can. Your key words, Dale, possession, possession, possession. But I would like to see, because I think he's owed a goal, is John Lippman, because he's done so well He's had a couple of near misses, and again now a chance here for Lippmann. That's much better control here. Lippmann, and this time he puts it through, and there it is. The commentator's curse on this occasion actually doing him a favour. So well done, John Lippmann. A much deserved and well overdue goal.
Yeah, no, perfect timing for John to pick up here 1-6. He has played unbelievable here. He has come out with fire in this second half. I mean, we talked about it in the Ford Chucker, playing offense and defense, mounted very well here in the second half, Mr. Lippmann. He has just been everywhere, and now pulls out the putter with a great stroke. And as you said, his fourth shot on goal. The other two are just off to the sides, but that's going to get him within 2.
And those two now, of course, are very much also on the radar for Grand Champions. I'm sure they'd like to pick up another quick goal if they can. Let's have a look at the clock. Still a good 5.5 minutes left to play. Oh! Nearly took his head off there.
And that was close.
That was very close indeed. Once again, with the number 3 here, Javajol. They need to make everything count now. I'm guessing, Dale, to answer your question also, they're going to have to play a little bit more of an offensive strategy here in this, the sixth and final Chaka.
Yeah, no, they need to go. They keep pushing here, and we'll see, but they've done a great job. This guy's done an awesome job here also. It's been fun watching Matthias. Doing very well captaining his team, and this young buck right here, my young polo star, Franz Panacci on the move. He'll override near side to Artemio now. Inside the 6, Artemio leaning way out in front. Artemio Figueres. Que golazo, Artemio Figueres. That was a brilliant play. He picks that ball up. I'd love to see this one on the replay. He leans down and moves that ball along. It's a game of inches right here. Watch this play. Just where he gets out in front. Right here. Watch right there. He gets out in front of everybody, sneaks through, and then has the patience and the passion to finish there. Que golazo, Artemio Figueres.
And with that, back to that 3-goal advantage. A little under 4.5 minutes left to play. It is still anyone's game. And I think we're going to see, again, I was going to say Spinacci. He just can't get enough. Nice little pick up by Javajol. We'll try and turn it back to where it came from. And they need to make it count now. On average, a goal a minute, or a goal every minute and 20 seconds. Over on the far side, Manifold. And he's going to send on his way Evan White. Over on the far side, going up there with him is John Lippmann. Lippmann now, there's the pass. Is it too far for him to reach? Still White. Nicely done. Around the outside he goes. White, can he... Oh, he's hit the post. Hit the post. Well... And that would have been just what they needed, Dale. So, but they still have possession. Over into the corner they go. Very unlucky there for Evan White not to hit the target. He did ever so well. Lippmann came back with him, and he's done well to get the ball back off the sideboard. Still in control here. Nicely done. As you would say, bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving. Grand Champions again coming back. They're on the back foot. Need to be careful. There's the open backhand shot into the run here. Oh, I was going to say he nearly got to it there. Nick Manifold. Oh, it's all happening in front of that goal mouth now. They're shooting, hammering away, and eventually it'll be the number 4. It will be Nick Manifold to put that one through.
Yeah, so Nick with a second effort here and a third effort to pick up his 5th goal of the day. And more importantly, to keep them going here as the clock clicks down. We will get a courtesy change here. So they'll wait till they get to the center as the clock goes tick, tick, tick. And it's going to go and stand right here to get a whistle with 2:39 to be precise, as Roddy Matthews, our umpire, bowling in here in the second half. He always waits till he gets to the center of the field on the courtesy change as they ride back after a goal. So with 2:39... Well, yeah, what do you think? Do the math.
Well, again, do the math. You said it yourself, Dale, 2:39. Plenty of time and only 2 goals in it. So I'm sure both coaches at the Pony Lines will be giving final words of instructions and wisdom, of course. Pablo Spinacci, I can see him from over here. He'll be telling his boys exactly what to do. And I think the key word here for Grand Champions is possession. And I think the key strategy here for Round Hill is get that ball, run and gun it.
Yeah, I like that they didn't go completely defense here, the Grand Champions Polo Club team in the 6. You talked a little bit about that, controlling it out, just because the Round Hill team has played so well in the second half. They definitely have got it going, and with Lippmann picking up a goal early in the 6th, They came right back. Artemio with the goal of the day, and that was his fourth goal of the day. When he put that in, he snuck between all of the green jerseys, and then finishing there. Not an easy finish with not a far neck shot, but a deep neck shot, and that kind of got them back in an area where they could take a breath and say, hey, because look, you'd have a 1-goal difference here if that didn't happen. And so with 2:39, a lot of time, as we say, mucho tiempo en bolo, and we have seen so many goals scored from the 6 to the 26 and within a minute and a half. And we got 2.5 now. So back to the center. Everybody back quickly on this courtesy change, and away we go.
Ball's thrown into play, and the Greens have it. Picked up here by Javajol. Yeah, you can see that he was hovering whether or not to take it. The man with the number 2, Evan White, he's also gotten stronger and stronger. Now, of course, what will be interesting to see, Dell, and you've highlighted this on so many occasions, is the strategy on as to which ponies will they be out on now. And once again, Artemio Figueres, having already scored 4 times, can he make it 5? Spinacci backs him up nicely. Spinacci takes the pace out, takes a shot, slightly rolled his wrist there, and that'll be an easy pickup for Nick Manifold. 2 minutes on the nose left to play, and there are 3 green shirts. A little bit of a mistake, and again, unlucky there for Spinacci, but Spinacci with a clear run now. He slightly overcooked it. Leaves that one behind. In comes Artemio Figueres. Is that going to go through? Just wide, judging on what the goal judge there is indicating. But, wow, what a big opportunity there.
Yeah, big opportunity. But again, you got to give credit is due. Great communication by the 2 young players as Fran knew that he had a near side play, leaves it for Artemio. So they get a positive possession here because, remember, that takes seconds off the clock to line up here. And look at this quick knock-in, which I like by Santiago, and he's going to find John.
Lippman, good first touch. Come on, John, another goal would be nice. But again, look who's coming back there, puts the hammer down. Nicely done by Spinacci, but they've got another man coming through with the number 2, Evan White. As I say, he's been getting stronger and stronger. Good ball control. Evan White, that could be a shot on goal, and that would be already a big step in the right direction. They're into double figures. Evan White picking up goal number 2.
Wow, there you go. They are going to make it back to the center, and we are going to get a bowl in here, so an opportunity for the Round Hill team, and they line out perfectly there. Quick knock-in by Santiago. He finds John on the far side. Nick Manifold takes the mallet of the hook from young Spinacci, and then Evan White carries it in there calmly. But here we go with 20 seconds on the clock.
Now they've got to make it count, but Grand Champions have it, and they'll be thinking just hit it away as far as you possibly can. Here it comes, another shot from the man with the number 4, Matthias McDonough. Spinacci trying to finish or pick up that ball. And we are down to the last seconds, and that's it all over. So with 1 goal in hand, even though this last chucker went in favour of Round Hill, 3 goals to 1 in favour of John Lippman, Evan White, Nick Manifold and Santiago Javajol. Grand Champions Polo Club get it over the finishing line. Remember, they came with 3 goals in hand. Final score then 11 goals to 10. Dale, over to you for the end of match stats.
Thank you so much, Ian. What a great game. I love the 8 goal, and what a great comeback here by Round Hill. 11 to 10, 12 shots. This is interesting, but this is why the second half, why Round Hill played so well. 12 shots by Grand Champions Polo Club, 15 by the Round Hill team. So well done. Great second half by them. Knock-ins, 5 by the Grand Champions Polo Club. So some missed goals there by the Round Hill team. They'll want those back. And as looking at the score, you do the math. 3 by the Round Hill team. So good shooting. But throw-ins went back and forth. 10 for Grand Champions, 9 for Round Hill. Fouls committed. Grand Champions Club, they cleaned it up in the second half. So good coaching down there by Spinacci, as they didn't foul that much in the second half. 7 and then 4 on the day by Round Hill. That is very clean polo by them. Well done. 2 scored from the penalty line by the Grand Champions Polo Club team. And there you go. You get your 11 and 10 score. What a fabulous game. Remember, join us here at 4 p.m. here on CTV Sports. We'll be at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2 for our first semifinal in the 2023 All-Star Challenge. For Yan Edick Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone at CTV Sports. So I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.